Welcome back, everyone, to The Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian went home, Rhal went to a spa, Squash went to visit his parents' graves, and Zaltanna went to convert the masses. With the Eye of Winter now open upon them, the team has a day to plan for tomorrow's Witch's Moot and the potential capture of Dachin. Added to this, they have to work out how to get the Clockwork Heart and then contact Demarius, among many, many other things. How soon could Emil cast the spell for Ama? What is the cult of Dachin working towards? And how well will Zaltanna's potion for Rhal work? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to The Lucky Die.
Okay, so we're going to do a tiny little bit of housekeeping. Some things I forgot, some things we just didn't cover in our vacation episodes. So, you have arrived in Fowsum kind of before dawn. You're probably maybe like an hour out or something. For those of you in the know, you know that winter has officially started. For those of you who don't, you would have evidenced it by the snow that has been falling around like over the last couple of hours. Zaltanna looks like she's been up all night. Squash looks like he's been up all night and has a hand burn mark on his one of his shoulders. Also, Squash, you have a kind of a sigil, a tattoo on your left shoulder blade of a blue eye. Laffian.
Hi.
Your headpiece, I said, was magical.
It was.
It gives you a +2 to wisdom.
I'm sorry, +2 to just wisdom.
Just straight up +2 to wisdom. Yes, I know that affects some good stats, and I know that it's okay, but they wanted to give you wisdom. Thus, for you get wisdom.
Who's they? I'm going to just put that on my character sheet.
That's a good idea. Just put it in. Just don't take that off.
I don't plan on ever taking that off.
Good. That's how I wanted it. Rhal looks really refreshed, like he's had a couple of days at a spa.
It's always a surprise to see Rhal fresh.
He looks refreshed, like he looks happy and clean and chill. Zaltanna, you received a letter from Dravos in your travels.
Oh.
I will spam the information into the Roll20 chat, but just to read it out loud.
Wait, from?
3 days. Yeah, sorry, from Honorino. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
When did that happen?
You scared the shit out of me. I was like, wait a minute.
From Honorino, who you made an agreement with, he sent you the information on where Dravos is, the last that he knew of, which was a little bit back. 3 days ride south of Vanlas is a place called Odveta. There is an inn called the Drunken Otter, and it has a few secret passages and tunnels that lead into the mountain, the Earthstark, and rumours that it also leads to Lynn's Lament, which is where the witches have their moot. That information is in there. You have that now, because I didn't want to write it while I was doing your episode because I didn't expect to give it to you. What else? Squash, your mystery thing is still a bit of a mystery, I'm afraid. I'm not going to give you any more about that. And Laffian has a new crown. He's wearing a crown. It's silver and gold, and it has a red gem in it. Demi has a new eye patch. I think that's it.
Is it wait? How dope is it?
It looks like someone who's very inexperienced crafted it from a piece of leather, but it suits her somehow and her kind of her aesthetic. It's really long in the back, so it has like this huge bow tied on the back of it, because they couldn't get the length of the thing right. So that's what's happening there.
This is like if an orc tied a thing. This is very clearly just like
yeah, it's
they
very
didn't
much
spend a lot of time. They were just like, leather, it's nice, you can replace it. Here, wrap this up.
No. It's clearly been made with a slightly finer hand than an orc. Care has clearly gone into the making of this, but it's not like top level.
It's simple.
She looks more human than she has in a very long time. And that's basically it. That's where we find ourselves as Demi's done the whistle-stop tour of picking everybody up, allowing no conversations other than hello and just grabbing you and leaving. You all find yourselves in the teleportation rune in the barracks. Go.
Well, I assume that we all fill each other in on what we did on our vacations.
Well, being that none of you have listened to each other's episodes,
we're going to need to do a rundown.
Because also, I don't know if some people would hide some aspects of what they did. Yeah. The thing you really notice when you arrive in Falsum and you're all left there, is that it's very quiet in the temple. And as you look around, the barracks is empty.
Okay, I don't like that, partner. Man, we're not updating each other. Why is it quiet here? Where's everybody?
I like the idea that like these are all of our inside cats and they got out, and we're so worried about them because they're not supposed to be out. Holy shit, they are not supposed to be out. We need to find all of our cats and bring them back down here.
Demi, where is everybody?
I don't know. See, I haven't actually been here in a couple of days. I kind of dropped you guys off, and then I went and did a thing like down the south, which is where I was a lot closer to pick up some people than others. And yeah, I haven't been here. I don't actually know where anybody is.
Rhal's gonna run over to where his tabaxi friend usually is.
As you run out into the hallway, the guards are not on the door to the mirror room.
What?
You notice that there is nobody in any of these side rooms. There's nobody in the kind of little making area room. The only person left here in the temple is Guardian. Even Claus is not here.
Oh. Lafayette runs over to the armor stand room and looks inside.
Okay.
Is everything still there?
It's empty. Everything is still there.
Mirror is still flush with the wall.
Mirror is still flush with the wall. The
armor stand is still there.
I hadn't thought about that. The mirror is still flush to the wall. The curtain is still up. The armor stand is still filled with the 4 items that you have.
Everyone in the barracks got sucked into the mirror.
Wait, what about the Dragonborn?
Gone.
Didn't Demi have like
our lizard got
a table
out.
full of papers in there?
No, Demi was working on papers on the floor, and she took them away.
Okay. I thought there was like a desk or something.
No, I don't think Squash would know where she would have taken those either. So.
No.
And either way she says, you could just ask her.
Run to Guardian. Guardian!
Squash like grabs your I'm assuming you have a cloak.
Yeah.
Squash grabs your cloak like when you like start shouting at Guardian. He's just like, balance, calm down.
What? Wait, nobody is here.
Yes, nobody's here except maybe whatever took them. Calm down. I can see that your survival instincts are very lacking in this moment.
He's got a point. Like, if there's something here that did something and it's, still here, you yelling is going to make the situation like 20 times worse.
If it's something that took out an entire army, then no matter what we do, we're fucked.
Or we could hide. Hiding is not,
I like hiding.
Okay. Nothing's gone off the armor stand, right?
No, everything is still there.
Okay, that's good. Let me just do a real quick surveillance of the area before we start running around shouting, please.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll be right back. And Squash just is quickly going to move out of the temple and try to see if the there's like an outside area to the temple, right?
Yeah, so there is a tunnel area that leads into the temple itself, into like the big main atrium, the entrance. There's like a big door and it's been open and left ajar for most of the time. And there is a very long corridor with bands of color, and that leads into the sewer itself.
All right, Squaw's gonna, while sneaking, he's gonna like trace his steps through the thing, and he's gonna try to get to the entrance of the sewer area through the sewers.
Are you trying to sneak past Guardian?
I'm sorry, who's Guardian?
Guardian is like a 12-foot skeleton that is here with Claws. Normally, Claws is an undead bear, and Guardian and Claws are the protectors of this temple.
I remember the bear. I'd forgotten Guardian. Did Guardian talk?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are
All right.
buddies.
Then I think it's very much in our interest to go talk to Guardian. Sorry.
That's what you were
That's in
interrupting.
fact why I was running to talk to him.
Yes, sorry. I didn't know what Guardian was. I thought it was Claws, and I know the bear didn't talk, so I was just like, calm down.
I knew what Guardian was, but I still think that shouting his name in the middle of this is a bad idea.
Yeah, like that's it's still a solid word of precaution.
Yeah, then Squash, it's not going to sneak off without the team. It's rather that the team moves quietly towards Guardian.
Okay, then I will say as said that you guys are sneaking towards Guardian.
Yes.
The atrium is just empty. Guardian is like sitting in the corner, like that thing where like their knees are kind of up towards their chest, their arms around, and they kind of like resting their head on the kind of like their knees, and they just look really. If Bones could look sad and dejected and lonely, this is what Guardian is right now.
Oh. Guardian?
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Claws.
Where is everybody? Including Claws. Where did everybody go?
Everyone left.
Why?
The little pigtail girl. She said there was a place they all had to go and everybody went with her.
Could you be a bit more specific?
She used to be a little girl and then she was a bigger girl.
No, I mean about where they went and why.
He kind of like looks around a little bit like he's trying to wade through the fog of his brain. And he's like...
They went to stop. They went to close something.
All right, on your perception of 26, you motherfucker, you hear footsteps coming along the long tunnel. Single set of steps. Heavy set person, you would guess.
Squash, like real quickly, like quietly, just goes like, "Shh, someone's coming," and he points towards where he heard the sound from.
I stand behind Zaltanna.
Okay.
Lord of the doors, Lord of the doors.
What you see when you eventually look around to see what's coming on, maybe try and ambush them, you see a half-orc man walking towards you. He has an axe, and Squash, and in fact all of you would instantly recognize him as Damas. Now, Damas, would you be kind enough to explain how you currently look? Because it's been a while since you had a description, and last time I did it, so I'm just going to let you do it this time.
Damas is... Damas, as we established.
Damas.
He's looking like a fella who has been travelling hard. He hasn't had an awful lot of sleep recently. He's in full kit with plate over pads. It's not as much plate as you tend to see on paladins and things like that. It looks like he sort of values his mobility. He's wrapped in a cloak. He's not wearing a tunic of any kind with a large symbol on, which is probably unusual. His armor might even look different where there what used to be one. One of the notable things you notice is he has a large sword on his hip that seems to have like a rosary hanging from the hilt.
Okay.
Apart from that,
that's
he looks
what you guys
very similar to normal.
Yeah, that's what you guys see approaching you.
Do
Do I recognize him as Damas?
Yes, Damas is the one who. Yes, you would recognize Damas. Like
It's almost like
Damas
that's your
is
boss.
the one. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
your boss.
Like nothing has really changed. It's just been like 3 or 4 months.
It's it has been a while. Yeah, you would notice like the big changes, like the random rosary from his weapon, which he never had before. The complete lack of the like Torm adornment upon him, like that kind of stuff. You would notice things.
Yeah, I guess basically he just walks to the door and Squash just goes, Damas?
Indeed.
What are you doing here? I mean, not that it's not nice to see a friendly face, but
Well, why did you come the long way?
Well, I didn't think necessarily going through upstairs would be a good idea. I've heard that bloodhorns aren't necessarily as welcome as they once were.
Also, when you arrived in town, you noticed that it was basically empty, bar like a few people. It was essentially empty.
Well, that's not too unusual. People tend to clear off when the lodge joins up.
Like someone who just realised who stepped through the door, Demi just charges across the room and gives Damas a big hug.
Oh, fucking hell.
Rude!
Grab her up, big old bear hug.
I assume there's the sound of cracking ribs.
Yeah. At the very least, creaking leather.
Okay, yeah.
So you don't have anything to do with everybody disappearing?
Disappearing? No,
Oh, boy.
I just heard there was a fight in the offing. The forces of the Dawn on the march. Figured better be where it's going.
How close to the dawn now? Are they like really close, or are they like a couple of days?
I wouldn't start any long books.
Oh, blimey!
Wait, are the Dawn are marching on Felsom, right?
Yeah. Well, the last that I heard, the Dawn were marching on Felsom, at least, anyway, or at least to this area.
Why would they run away? Are we assuming that the Dawn is going to come in aggressive?
Well, they're not supposed to be coming in aggressive, from what I understand.
All I know is when half the troops you can muster on half a continent march in one direction, you want to check on your mates.
Are you sure it's only half of their forces that marched here?
Damas, you'd probably estimate probably somewhere like 70%.
Jesus.
boy, oh boy.
Well, yeah. Conservative. I mean, I didn't exactly walk up and present my papers.
Okay, so, well, I would show you everything that's happening here, but everyone's gone, so I don't really know what to do. Why are you here other than checking on these guys?
Leslie's gonna put Demi down.
Oh, he's still been holding on to it?
Oh, yeah.
Awkward.
Like, one of those ones you have someone like round the waist. You're holding them up like a child.
Yes. Yeah, she's a little short, yeah.
In comparison, yeah. He's just going to sort of reach behind his breastplate and pull out a corner of yellowed paper.
Oh, right, yeah. That thing. Yes, sure. And she says something in Orcish, and then she looks back at everyone else like, okay, well, perhaps we should try and figure out exactly what happened and where everybody is. Maybe someone on the surface knows, because there's nobody down here. At least I don't think there's anyone down here. I mean, I didn't do a thorough search, but I'm pretty sure there's no one here.
Sounds like, Guardian, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that they went upstairs to close something?
Yes.
Damas, you see like a 12. Actually, I think Demi would have told you about this. He looks at all of you and kind of like stands up and brushes himself off, and he says,
Yes. They went to close a portal.
Oh, that's bad.
Me, help me. Not another freaking portal.
No, Zaltanna, help me. Don't...
Well, listen, I can't say Tia help me anymore now that I'm my own god.
I know, but now I can say Zaltanna help me, and it actually has a double meaning.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
We should go topside. Guardian, keep guarding. Especially now that there's no one else here, please. Wait, why did Claws go? Why did Claws go up on top?
Guardian points at their size, then points at the kind of the small door which leads to the corridor, which they can't get in, and to the somewhat equally kind of where they couldn't really easily climb their way out of the front entrance of this temple, and they just look sad.
And someone has to stay here.
I would appreciate if you did. Okay.
Can you tell Claus I miss her?
We will. After dealing with the portal.
Okay.
Good
And
job,
sit
by the
back
way.
down again.
Doing good work.
Where's the portal?
We don't know. We need to go find out.
Maybe it's just topside. I mean, we haven't been up. Maybe everybody's just like above ground. Oh, Rhal, I got something for you. I literally stayed up all night making this. And she hands you a vial.
What is it?
It's gonna make things better for you. Just drink it.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Rhal drinks it?
Okay. As you drink it, it has the most heavy taste to it. It tastes like really metallic, mixed with dirt. But I assume you just force it down. You feel something kind of, at the moment it hits your stomach, you feel something kind of cooling, kind of soothing, and you feel it just very quickly spread throughout your entire body. And you feel like those cracked, dissolving ribs are not progressing at the same rate they were before. You feel the acid production literally slow down. What she has done is she has brought you twice the amount of time that you had before. So
Wow.
it takes twice as long to get from a D12 to a D10, from a D10 to a D8, etc., etc.
Ooh. Yeah,
Did you just give
Rhal-
him Zantac?
Listen, I stayed up all night making this Zantac, okay?
She literally did.
I didn't get any rest. I'm very tired.
Rhal kind of, you see him like visibly do like a little full body shiver, basically.
Yes, that's
Like
what
a
it was
cat.
like.
Like the full...
Yeah. And then he like kneels down and gives you a hug.
I found out
Aw.
some things. I talked to is it Travis? What the fuck was the name of the
Okay, I'm going to go on a limb and say that while we're doing this touching talk and catch up,
We're going
everyone's
up that
catching
wall.
each other's. Yeah, we're making the walk as we go. His name was Trevor.
No,
and
not
Titus is
Trevor, the other
god.
one. The one
Titus.
the one that became a god.
Titus.
Titus.
Yes.
Tight ass.
Tight ass. Yeah.
Titus is a god now.
What?
What?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Titus is a god now.
The one that went into the portal when we did the first thing.
Yeah.
The naked one.
Yeah, he according to Trevor, he wants all his priests to be naked, but Trevor's like, nah.
Oh, I can understand that. I would absolutely understand. I would not want to be like a naked follower of anyone. That would be really weird.
Yeah.
Did he fill in Savras's position?
Yeah, actually, yeah, he took Savras's position, and he's like the god of history now. So he like knows a lot. So I
God of
communed with him
history.
about things, and I learned some stuff. And also, I got to see our statue.
We have a statue. What?
Yeah,
I told you how to statue. Is it cool?
Like it's done.
no,
Not done.
but it's like we're all basically like blobs, but
That
they're
sounds
starting
cool.
to get the finer details done. Rhal looks a little bit off. I'm not sure they know how
Rhal
to
chuckles.
do a dragonborn.
It's like the what is it? The bad paintings of cats or whatever.
Okay.
Wait, that just sounds like
And I
Titus is starting a
didn't knock
cult.
down the I didn't knock down the statue of Honorino or anything, so you should be real proud of me. I was very good.
Well, why not?
Well, I mean, because, like, that would be a dick move, I guess.
Honorino himself is a dick.
That's true. I did see him.
Did you kill him?
No, we made a deal.
Wait, what?
Okay.
I made a deal so I could get Travis's position.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Was your part of the deal not murdering him?
Yep. I think I said
makes sense.
5 years of not murdering.
5 years isn't that big.
You've gotten soft in your divine age.
Listen, I had a vision when I was up there doing the God test stuff about me chopping off his hand. And I went in there like fully ready to chop off his hand, but then I realized, well, because like he did good things too, right? Like the good things he did didn't negate the bad things he did, but they're pretty good. And I feel like I gotta take a lot of shit into account now that I'm a god and stuff.
But you're like the god of bloody vengeance. That doesn't sound like the divine god of judgment or like equality or whatever you would call it. Retribution?
Well, it is retribution. Bloody vengeance is retribution in a sense. If I don't have some sort of system of like how bloody the vengeance is going to be depending on the crime, then like what even is my purpose?
To challenge Grumsh, it sounds like.
You see Damien look really annoyed.
Right. So we might have a bit of a problem. I don't know exactly how big of a problem this is. So it seems like Dajin has convinced Empty Shallows to worship the Blissful Eclipse.
What?
And they're not just sitting there chanting Blissful Eclipse, they're building something.
What?
Yeah, I think the phrasing they used was it was to help them see or communicate with our side, with our world.
Oh, they're probably building a beacon.
Didn't Spectre say something about something like this? Okay, yeah, Rhal will fill them in on that.
You need to fill them in on that. They didn't hear it.
I need...
You need to actually tell us.
I know some things based on what I did, but I need to know your things that you did.
Spectre said some things about this. Something sounds similar anyways. What did he say? Fuck. It's been like an hour or two.
Yes, he said that the spirits were telling you that they were bringing darkness enough for every single living and dead soul. And that no matter how familiar they feel, you should not trust them.
Spectre said not to trust any shadowy things, that they were going to have enough shadowy things for everyone in the whole world or something. Something about bringing darkness. People in the shadows or something.
Why would we trust anything shadowy in the first place? That just
How does that relate to the thing they built?
He said it will feel familiar. He said it will feel comfortable. And any other information that I'm leaving out, I don't know.
I think that was the gist of it.
There seemed like to be like a specific line, but I can't remember.
Yeah, so they were building that thing, and I think I fucked it up well enough that they shouldn't be able to fix it.
Oh,
but, good. As I was kind of... I don't want to call it taunting because that has a negative connotation, but as I was telling them how dumb what they were doing was, one of them just yelled out, "There are more. We don't, like, Daichi will come back and help us build ours again while the others work." So I think Daichi may have a bunch of these around.
I mean, it sounds like you're describing beacons then. I did some information gathering.
For what? Wait, what?
I spoke to my aunt about some of this and tried to get what information I could. From what I understand, Daichin coordinated to have these, I'm calling them beacons, essentially, that are meant to help bring the blissful eclipse here, essentially able to make it aware of our realm and bring it here. It sounds like that whole spirits being attracted here may be part of that.
Spectre seemed worried.
As right he should be. This is kind of a very big deal. One might say world-ending.
What did you mean when you said spirits attracted to here?
Actually, Damaz, you have resources.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be possible for you to send some scouts out to see if they could try to locate other beacons? See if there are any on this continent?
Yeah, I mean, when they catch on.
I would certainly hope they don't catch on, but if we can locate them and try to take them out, that might slow progression.
Sure. I mean, we've been pissing about with portals long enough to, have an eye for beacons. Why not?
Eye for portals, eye for beacons. We'll have to start making making the lodge more of a special task force.
Well, just don't number us. We don't like numbers.
Oh, but I like numbers.
I don't. I was in prison for you were in prison much longer than me. Why would you want to number people?
Because that's how logistics works. That's how strategy works.
Sad truth. But it's, you have to do that to know what's going on. You don't,
Well, I'll draw out what it looks like and roughly how big it is so your people will know what they're looking for. It's not subtle at all. It's huge.
Well, even my lads should be able to notice that then.
They should.
Unless it looks like a statue of us, in which case that's a problem.
Well,
Yeah,
but
you
if it
should
looks
knock
like a
that shit
statue
down.
of us, then I know where it is.
Unless we don't know that that's what it is, in which case we'll just be like, yeah, that looks great. And then it's actually the beacon, and it's like, well, damn.
Well,
It does not look like you guys.
listen, but what if it if it looks like Honorino, then we can go back and I can fix my mistake of not knocking down his statue in order to gain goodwill with the people. Oh, I think I got a lot of followers, you guys.
Oh, good.
I gave a speech.
You gave a speech.
I gave a speech where you gave a speech.
How good was it? Did you do good? Sounds like you did good.
I did pretty good. I didn't even have to roll for how many followers I got from it.
What kind of bullshit is that? I had to roll. I had to beg for inspiration and help. You didn't have to roll.
it was good.
I'm going to riot.
It was really good.
Favoritism.
Maybe my speech was
It was
just
really
better
good.
than yours.
How
Okay,
dare.
stop this.
Roll
You
for
guys
initiative.
have entered the Earthdark area where they normally have the fourfold fights, just to let you know roughly where you are as you're walking through.
So we're into the bar.
Yeah, you're under the bar. So did anyone else do anything really cool while you were gone? Anything else anyone needs to be updated on? Because, yeah.
I went for a swim.
I met a dog.
You met a dog.
Yeah, Travis has a dog. I tried to take it so that we could have another pet, but
Who?
he wouldn't let me.
Trevor.
Trevor
Who's
has
Trevor?
a dog.
Stop saying Travis. You're really freaking me out.
Kaden gave me these. And Rhal pulls his knuckle dusters out of the pocket.
Ooh, fancy.
They look all
That
fancy.
has a lot of magic.
Kaden said they were magic.
I have magic now too. I went for a swim.
I like your crown.
How
Why
does
do you
that
keep saying that?
pertain to you having
Laffian
magic?
Laffian pulls the part of his armor to the side and shows the red eye on his shoulder, the eye tattoo.
Oh, cool! You got a tattoo?
Unintentionally, it was part of the.
Damaz and Squash, you would both recognize this. You both have blue versions of those.
Yeah. Squaw's like, wait. I looks to Demi like, what's that?
Wait, did you jump into the Eye of Summer?
I did. My mother told me about it. And
I didn't think that was a real thing.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. Me, Rhal, and my mother all jumped in. I was the only one that got anything, though.
You have to be so specific on the landing. Like, you have to nail the landing, be down there a very specific time. He got one too. And she points at Squash.
Squash had been like covering it up more while the conversation was going on. And it's like, yeah, I have and he pulls this like tunic aside. Like, I have the Eye of Winter.
Oh, yours is stronger then.
I can see in the dark.
I can see with my eyes closed.
See, that sounds like cheating. That sounds like literally the only use for that is cheating.
Well, no, but yeah, sure.
That sounds not great. Sometimes when things are scary, I like to close my eyes.
Yeah, well, I can see a church by daylight, so take that.
Sure.
Magic, seeing with your eyes closed. Getting to live forever. Elves.
I don't get to live forever. Meta-wise, not yet anyways. Give me another, 6 levels and I can. Oh, wait, no, that's level 20. Fuck. 9 levels.
Okay. So you said you spoke with your aunt?
I did. Yes.
Did she tell us anything more about the blissful eclipse? It'd be super useful for us to know what we're facing and all the good things.
She didn't have quite as much information on that as I would have liked. Her interactions with both Lightburner and Daichin were very limited. I will actually mention this. Lightburner kind of... He pauses for a sec and then looks at Damaz and looks at Demi and kind of realizes who he's talking to and gets a frown. So Lightburner kind of has a massive army of undead orcs. And they're here. In fact, there's a large portion of them under the dawn right now.
That's just not fucking cool.
No.
Damaz would actually know this. He was with Apella when she received the news about the undead orcs. So he would know.
The races of the Earthdark know this, right?
There was mention by Takoti when we were at the Gentlemen's Dueling Club about the fact that the Duergar were very upset that the elves were allowing orcs into their tunnels.
All right, yeah.
Allow it.
Well, actually, yes, they were being allowed because my aunt was being controlled, but that's a whole other thing. So that's a thing. I did speak with both Rowena and my father about trying to allot some forces to aid. I understand that Opella is supposed to be very powerful as a tactician, so I have no doubt that should be taken care of, but in the efforts of world peace and trying to unite the different races, I opted that we should have extra forces aiding them.
My tabaxi friend's supposed to be making me a potion that should help me out for about an hour. In the mirror thing. And Rhal gets kind of quiet and tells them about the clue that kind of Spectre hinted at, wink wink to him. I can't remember.
Don't go in the mirror, you're gonna fucking die. What?
So the Spectre mentioned, I'm going to recap, pretend that Rhal is saying this. So the Spectre was saying... So
Neil, dub over this.
Yes, the Spectre basically said to Rhal that because he is honor bound, he cannot tell Rhal how to open the mirror. But he then did one of those really big winks and put his hand over Rhal's heart.
Do we need to rip out Rhal's heart?
That's the only information he could give.
Kalima.
Are you saying that out loud?
Demos pulls out a hand axe.
No, start.
No, not like that. You need to be more precise, refined. Pulls out the +1 dagger.
Yeah. I can take his heart out with a spell. It's totally fine.
Maybe
You gotta just reach in with your hand and do it like that.
Anyway.
Maybe that's why the cult wanted to hurt me.
Jesus. Perfect. +1 dagger.
Talking about +1
Listen, I'm
daggers.
going through all. I went through all this trouble to make sure he's not gonna die. You fucking assholes.
Spectre said what I was planning on giving up was going to be good enough. And I talked to the dragon and warned him.
Wait.
That's it.
Wait, did you get the diamond? Did you do it? Did you do the thing?
Shh. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
There's no one here.
You don't know that. Unless
Did you do it? Did you get the diamond?
Yes, we did.
Oh, thank goodness.
My brother was a big help. And actually, so was Tio, surprisingly.
Tio bit someone and they fell asleep.
Demi takes half a step away.
It was a little bit comical, actually, because I told Tio, I was like, Tio, go keep watch. And then Tio was like, okay. And then just went up the stairs and then just bit a guy. And then he fell asleep. And I was like, that's not what I meant, but okay.
It worked.
It did work.
Okay, so you got the very important
Yes.
component.
Yep.
And we got information about the Queen and about Dachin. Do you think you could give me a really detailed sketch of everything you remember? Because I might be able to figure out exactly what and how, and maybe how more to disturb it. But I don't have a lot of time, so if you could just really sketch that when you can.
I'll do my best. No problem. Squash is not going to mention that he torched the schematics.
I mean, that's probably a good thing regardless.
I was not thinking about that when I stole it. Like, oh, bring it to Demi. She might be able to reverse engineer it. Squash was just like, no, burn, destroy. You ruined my home and I'll ruin your drawings. Equal trait.
And you found information on Dravos, and that's really good. And you have more followers, which is really good.
I have this, pulls out a monocle and puts it on.
The monocle looks genuinely fetching.
Does it do anything?
Oh, good. He's posher.
Nice.
Thank you.
Does he say this in Orcish or just say it in common?
Oh, definitely Orcish.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
Demi responds in kind.
Squash recognizes the phrasing from their time in the Gentleman's Dueling Lodge, but he doesn't know what it actually means.
I am going to, because Rhal doesn't speak Elvish, right?
Correct.
So in Elvish, I'm going to say in like a tone that I'm trying to make it sound like I'm making fun of Balance about the monocle. But what I'm really saying is, and I won't do the Elvish accent because I know that you hate it.
I love it. Do it.
Look at Arch. I said Elvish and his hackles went up.
In Elvish, you say?
I say, I found out how we can cure Rhal, but I don't think he's going to want to do it.
Laffian raised an eyebrow.
We have to, that dragon we met?
Right.
We have to get its heart.
I assumed there might be something involving that, based on the phrasing the dragon used.
Yeah. I'm worried that the reason I'm telling you and not saying something out loud to Rhal is because I know he's going to say no.
I think he already has.
Exactly.
Who did he say that to?
To the dragon,
I think it
I'm
might
pretty
be
sure.
the dragon.
Yeah, y'all were there for it. Yeah.
No.
We'll
You
cross
are
that bridge
incissory.
when we get to it.
But the other thing is there's another dragon that we can also take the heart from.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a dragon in the Earthdark.
Wait, what?
There's a dragon in the Earthdark.
How and why?
I don't know. Look, Titus I only got from Trevor what Titus said. And Trevor, he's kind of like, about everything. So, I got most of what he was saying.
Okay. I feel like you're paraphrasing right now.
My notes say exactly. Moronwa's heart will
feel
cure
like-
Rhal. Other dragon's heart, Earthdark's heart will also cure Rhal, but he will be a fight.
But, so it specified he. Yes?
Yes, I guess it must have, because otherwise I would have written it.
Yeah.
V, you look like you had a furrowed brow there. Is that correct?
No, that's just me. Like, did I say that? Maybe I did. I don't remember.
This is important.
It was a heat dragon, yeah.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
All right. That at least isn't as stressful for me then. Okay. I was afraid that there might have been another Draca. Would I know what a Dracolich is?
I think at this point, y'all would have come into the phrasing and the context a bit. You could probably have pieced it
because we knew
together.
not Damaris. Damaris' grandmother.
The animals.
Damaris' mother.
Yeah, we knew that Damaris' mother was an undead dragon.
Yes.
Or was trying to. I think she was trying to become one.
Yeah,
No.
she was trying to become a lich. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
Okay.
killed
Marnak's family. Yeah. With Soulfire because
She's been a mean.
asshole.
Fuck that asshole.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's bad.
Should I tell everyone about the dragon in the Earth Dark? It didn't occur to me that was bad.
I wouldn't right now since we're going to the surface and Rhal's right there. No need to add more stress. Let's tell him later when there's a comfy bed that he can
As
fall
Rhal looks like pretty relaxed. All things considered, this is like
we're just talking
the
in Elvish.
most-
Rhal's like, whatever.
Does
Yeah, he
anyone
looks
else
fine.
speak Elvish? Damas doesn't. Squash?
99% sure he doesn't. Let me look at his.
Well, let me put it like this. I had something set up where I was like, cool, I'll throw in some languages they don't know, and everybody knew them. Rhal.
Okay, but to be fair, that's only because you put a thing in that made it so that we could.
Yes, I did, yes.
No,
and
he
then
speaks
Raleigh it all of
dwarf.
Oh, he speaks Dwarvish. Excellent. Then you three get to feel awkward as you're walking around and they're speaking Elvish to one another.
Oh wait, what about Demi? Does Demi know Elvish?
Actually, I don't remember.
Rhal's like trying to crack jokes with Squash in in Halfling.
You're trying to make up puns in my language, and they're all super offensive.
She does actually, yes.
Oh, so then Demi would hear all of this.
She kind of gives you guys a side look as if, yes, she understands what you're saying, but she tries not to focus too much on that because she doesn't want to. She knows what you're saying, but she won't give it away.
Okay.
Throughout your conversation, Squash seems like he's trying to start a conversation with Balance like 3 times, but he doesn't understand what you guys are talking about, so he doesn't know when the conversation's over.
I think every time that you almost manage to interrupt them, Demi just like shoos you away into a different conversation so they can finish their talk.
As soon as we're done, Laughing will.
Yeah.
You needed me, Squash? What's up?
I may have gotten robbed in the Earth Dark,
Wait, what?
and I lost the knife you gave me. I just wanted to let you know. I'm sorry. I'll get you a new one. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It was a very basic magic dagger. It's not like they're that hard to come by. I still have
Well, they
one
are
more
if
if
you're
you
not
would
like
like.
a prince.
You've got another one?
I had 3. I have 1 left.
If you're not using it, it would be very helpful. It genuinely got taken away from me before I got to use it once. Nope, I lie. I threw it at Glengareth once.
I would like to read his aura.
Sure. Insta check. I guess it'll be versus deception. So,
Sure. Let me...
Well, I got a 22 insight.
okay. What are you trying to read? Whether he actually had only used it once, or whether he was robbed?
Whether he
or
was
what do you-
robbed or if this is a lie to cover up something else that happened.
It's more of a half truth. So there is a little bit more to the story, but that's basically the story.
So the long and short of it is, yes, he was robbed.
He had the dagger forcefully taken from him without his consent.
Okay.
He may have,
All right.
however, known that it was going to happen, and he let it happen. I was not counting on the knife. She went hard on me.
I did. It was hilarious.
It was fucking brutal. Dude.
You can have the last one I've got. Just, I can't always guarantee I'll be able to replenish a stock of that sort.
Of course not. Of course not. I don't intend to lose this one. It was a one-time thing. One-time thing.
Promise?
Yeah, promise. And he gives you a smile.
He gives you the dagger, hilt, holding it by the blade so that you can take it by the hilt.
Thank you. And time to add a +1 dagger to my inventory again.
You guys have made it to the surface.
Oh, one last thing. As we're walking.
Sure.
Demi, I had a question for you, actually.
Yes.
Have you heard of a place called Giata?
Yes.
Do you know where that is?
The same way as I know where Kino is, I know roughly where it is, I just don't know where it is. So I couldn't get on a boat and take you there, and I definitely couldn't teleport you there.
What do you know about it?
Gia, it's cold. It's really cold. It's in the north. Like the most north of our world. If you just keep going north and you keep going north, eventually, like if you just keep going around the world, you'll end up back in the same point eventually. If you just keep going north, at some point, you're going to come across Gia.
Are there people there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, so far as I know, there are people there. I haven't been there, but so far as I know, there are people there. Damas, do you know anything about Gia?
Gia? No. What the fuck would I know about Gia?
You can take a history check if you want, or you can just leave that as your answer.
7.
You've heard of it, maybe. But you thought it was called something else.
Yeah. I've only heard the Orcish name for it.
In Orcish, it stands for cold as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's essentially, the Orcish word for it is essentially like the equivalent of like wrap up warm, kids.
Yep. Don't forget your hat and gloves.
Yeah. Make sure you're back for dinner or we'll send you off to...
Send you
yeah,
off to
they
Giata.
encapsulate that in a single word. In Orcish, it's very direct. There's no good translation for it.
Shit.
Is there anything anyone wants to ask or talk or chat about or update on before we move into the next little bit? Now is a very good time to do those small bits of conversation that you want to have. There are like 6 of you walking around, so it'd be very easy to pair off or 3 or 4 or whatever.
I feel like I did the only conversation I really was looking to have, so I'm good.
Cool.
I think that's about it.
I actually have something.
I can't remember if I have anything or not. Remind me if I do, but I don't think I do. I think I've gone over everything.
No, I think you covered the Spectre conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You covered the Dragonborn conversation, give or take.
Vaguely, yeah.
You didn't cover the Caden conversation, but then you're wearing the Caden conversation, I guess. And you didn't cover the Talus bit.
Yeah, on purpose, though.
Okay, good. All right. Oh, that's adorable. Squash, you were kind of making faces, making noises at us.
No, Squash has just tried to stay away from Damas because I think Squash basically skipped out on his duties in Vanilus, I think was the name of the town.
Chatvok was the place where you were supposed to meet this group, and you were late because Demi had to go find you.
Yeah, but I was stationed at Vanilus. I was stationed at the...
You were sent to Chatvok.
But I was stationed somewhere else. Whatever. Basically, Squash has been skipping out on his duties real fucking hard. And he's just like... he's kind of straightforward. Whenever Damas speaks up, he just just snaps and shuts the fuck up.
Is Squash scared of Damas?
Clearly, he skipped out on his duties.
Oh, fair. Okay, Squash is avoiding eye contact or any contact with Damas. Laffian, is there anything you want to bring up, check out, chat out?
I think I covered most of my stuff. Only thing I don't think I really mentioned was the forces going to Kino to deal with that whole bullshit. But I think everybody was basically aware of that anyways.
Yeah, the only difference was that you were trying to stop them and they basically said no.
Right.
But they did agree that some of the elves would try and come down and help the Apella army. Yeah, so yeah, basically you covered that. Damas, anything you want to bring up?
Yeah, Damas needs to talk to her bloodiness.
Oh, her bloodiness. Okay. Sure. As you guys are walking through the streets and making you out trying to find someone, Damas, I guess, kind of sidles towards Zaltanna, her bloodiness.
Oh, that's me. I'm bloody.
Yes.
What's up? Zaltanna, I feel like Zaltanna and Damas, like, I can't think that if a time that they've really, like, talked to each other, like, one-on-one, have they?
No, I don't think so. But you did borrow his sword.
I did borrow his... Oh, right, yeah. So he's gonna, when he comes over, I'm gonna be like, oh, hey, I'm so glad you're over here. Actually, I wanted to thank you for lending me your axe when my sword was out of commission.
It was an honor. It's yes. Weapons put to good use and all that. And I actually have something I need to ask of you.
Oh, yeah, of course, anything.
It's not often I get to ask this sort of thing in person. So, I hope you forgive. And, Damas takes a knee.
Oh, God, does he follow Zaltanna?
And he draws his sword. And trailing from the pommel is a little rosary. And on it, crudely carved in little wooden, like, figures. Almost like said rosary, but almost like a shitty charm bracelet made by a child. Because he's got giant hands. There are beads, little wooden round sort of competitive beads, but there's a symbol of Torm first, and there's a symbol of Grumsh next, and then after that there's a little symbol that's like a wolf head surrounded by a wreath of little cords. And he sort of takes it on his palms. He offers it. And he asks her if you would accept my blade. I would offer it to you with all I have.
I'm so confused if he's offering to give me his sword or if he's offering to be
Casey.
my follower. I'm genuinely confused. Casey, I'm confused.
I feel like the charm part kind of made it obvious.
Okay, I have to be honest. Everything about being a god so far has been super awkward for me, Casey. So you guys don't even... I had to give that speech last time, and I felt so uncomfortable, so you have to give me, like, a second to process.
Welcome to me when I have to do it.
Okay. Zaltanna looks kind of taken aback.
It's... The form of the ceremony is kind of similar to like a knighthood sort of thing. It's very similar to a sort of heraldic offering to a lord. It's the only people don't get to offer their service to a god in person. It doesn't happen.
So I know that he's a paladin, right?
Yes. You knew he was a paladin of Torm, at least.
I'm going to take his sword gingerly out of his hand, and I'm going to touch it to his shoulder, each of his shoulders, because we're going with this knighting thing. And I'm going to be like, I would be honored for you to use your sword for me. And I'm going to hand him back his sword. I accept.
I'm humbled. Thank you.
Lafian's watching. He wants to see what happens.
As Damas takes the sword back.
And at this point, he's going to reach in behind the back plate of his armor, and he's going to tentatively... and this looks really rough. Like, it's clearly a first draft. And it's a sort of a surcoat with a very crudely stitched version of the same symbol that was on the rosary. And it's a wolf head with red eyes, surrounded by like a wreath of braided cord in different colours. Kind of like a wolf with a rainbow scarf on. It's quite crude. But you kind of get the impression of what he was going for.
This is beautiful.
One doesn't... Needlework isn't my first calling.
Demi just
only
breaks down into laughter.
Normally on myself. It's like it's all done with like big, crude, like suture stitches.
Wait, was there any sort of magic-y thing going on with that?
Yes, there was. As Damas finally stands up and the admiring of the surcoat that he has terribly stitched is admired, you both feel a bizarre connection. That kind of presence that you know someone is there without looking, except you definitely are looking. It's just on that shoulder, you know something is there, something looking over you. And for the three of you who are standing beside them, you see a very faint glow pass from above Zaltanna's head to Damas's. Zaltanna, whilst Damas is in your presence, you can gift him any inspiration of yours that you have. You have a pool of 2. It refreshes every day.
Oh, that's so
This
cool.
can only be used for your followers. So if, for example, Benno is in the region, you can also give him inspiration from that little pool. If there are none of your followers there, you can't give them this inspiration.
I will add it to your character sheet, Casey.
No, I got it.
Thank you very much.
I was just gonna put it on my followers of Bloody Vengeance sheet.
Yes, I would also update your followers of Bloody Vengeance to include Damas as a follower and up your count by 1.
Yeah.
So yes, you now have the ability to pass from a pool of 2 inspiration to your followers per day. Hi everyone, it's V here. Just want to say a huge thank you to Thirsty, who agreed and somehow managed to work into his crazy busy life and schedule to come play a few games with us. And it was awesome, and I was very happy to have him play with us. It's been a very long time since I've actually played or DM'd Thirsty, so this was a treat for me too. If you want to go check out Thirsty stuff, go to Twitter at thirsty_BTP. That's where you'll find him and the Bloodthirsty puppets and all that good jazz, so go check that out. Oh, I've been thinking of this episode for a while. We want to say thank you to one of our newer patrons, FX Reaper XS. Thank you very much for supporting and helping the show out. We also want to say that if you want to get hold of us, you want to send us a message, any ideas or anything of the sort, you can get hold of us on our email, theluckydiepodcast@gmail.com. You're about to hear an ad from a group called Moon Harbour Heroes. They sound pretty good. Go give them a listen when this trying time of where, well, if you're caught up, then you're probably out of content to listen to, so go have fun with that. All right, folks, see you next week. Bye.
Hey, Light Fanners! It's Lighthammer here for Moon Harbor Heroes. If you didn't already know that, first of all, rude. Second of all, you should pop over right now and check out Moon Harbor Heroes, a Masks, a New Generation actual play podcast. They've got 2 primary storylines, Faces, which tells the personal stories of young superheroes struggling to become, or not become, who the older generation wants them to be, and Cataclysm Crew, which chronicles the misadventures of a few supers who rebel against the status quo, and face off against the oppressive powers that be. I'm in Faces, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. Moon Harbor Heroes releases issues every Monday and Wednesday, with occasional bonus Friday episodes. You can check them out wherever you listen to podcasts, or on Twitter, at MoonHarborCast. I follow them, which means they're, like, totes legit. See you over there. Love you. Mean it. Bye.